Engineering education has evolved significantly over the last decade. What should students and parents understand about engineering in 2026? And why does it remain a compelling career choice?
See, modern societies are based on engineering and technology. If you see the history of humanity from last several years, the societies which have superior technology are becoming superior. Why US is number one economy of the world? Because they are leaders of technology. Why Europe? I mean, UK was the number one economy of 19th century, 18th century, because in those 200, 300 years, UK had better technology. Be it marine, be it metal, be it guns, war machines, UK had a better technology. So, if you trace the history of humanity, a society which has better technology becomes a superior, wealthy society. Our country is in transition from underdeveloped. We are from a developing nation. Now we are aiming at 2047, Vikasit Bharat by 2047. We have no aspirations. Country has this vision, and people know that if a country has such a vision, surely there will be opportunities, more opportunities for engineers, right? Because engineers are the principal contributors in any economy, and probably that is the reason why there is still interest society. Our students are stepping into engineering in millions. India has 1.5 million enrollment to the undergraduate of engineering. Are you convinced?
Sir, if you are a class 12 student approaching admissions, what would be your opinion about selecting a college and a branch?
I would look at a college, look at the last year cutoffs. I will go on a social wisdom. I will track the history of 2-3 years, see which college, where students are going, because that if generally society is going to a particular college and particular branch, I would try to follow that, right? Because majority of people together, if they have some set the trend, normally it is the right trend. So as a student, without knowing colleges and their inner things, I will rely on the social trends, because the peers, because those campuses, if the cutoff of different colleges will give me idea what sorts of peers I will get in those colleges. I will look at my percentile and try to have a match. No point in stepping into college where I will be the last fellow in the class, and no point in going to a college where I will be the smartest fellow in the class. Right? Both extremes are dangerous. So I would prefer a institution or a branch which suits me, where I have peers above me and peers below me, my percentile. Though the marks do not necessarily reflect everything.
So, beyond cutoffs and placements, what should students and parents look for while evaluating a college?
Cutoffs of a institution and placement of the institutions are indirectly linked with the quality of education. They are not direct the consequences of the quality of education. In last 30 years, the placement has nothing to do with the quality of education. The colleges which I saw, computer was the weakest department of those colleges, but its placements were highest. There was nothing, compared to the civil, mechanical and electrical domains, the education offered in those colleges was weakest in computer, but the placement of computers was highest. Right? We have seen a era with you have done mechanical BTech, mechanical MTech, and just by doing some 2 months, 3 months course, you were absorbed in an industry, and you are now fairly doing well in IT industry. Right? Placement is the consequence of economy. Normally education feels it is its success or failure. It's not so. Similarly, cutoff. Now there is a trend in Maharashtra or everywhere in the country, particularly in Maharashtra, not to study in the second tier, tier 2 and tier 3 cities and migrate to Pune and Mumbai. Does this essentially mean that these colleges in Pune, Mumbai are better? They offer better education than college at Nanded or college at Sangli or college at Shegaon? No. I know the Maharashtra. Quality of education in those interior colleges is really superior at sometimes to the education offered on the western line of Mumbai or a center of Pune. Right. So those cutoffs is also not good indication of the true academics in the institution. So these are the facts. So if you are asking me from a student perspective, I should also look at my convenience. I should also look at faculty profile. What are the achievements of the faculty, right? Because great institutions have great faculty, right? Where the faculty was educated, from which background they come. I think students should look at what are their outcomes. What sort of publications happening? Are they top layer publications or average publications? Are they getting some industrial work? Are they getting some sponsored research? I think today a student can have a deep drive in every institution. In a digital world we say that we are living in a digital world. Today students should research out each institution deeply rather than relying that neighbor has gone to this college, so let me go to that college. Blind follow-up should be avoided.
Placement statistics often dominate the admission discussions. So how should students interpret those statistics and, depending on that, the career opportunities offered?
True, because we are very sensitive society our fabric has changed. Our fabric is continuously changing, and more we are becoming sensitive to the LPA language rather than any other parameters. Every parent whoever comes to in my office during admission, ask about the LPA and all. I recall 40 years back when I was graduated from a very humble family. I was at a place in India, but my father never bothered about whether I will be employable or not, what salaries I would have. We were a family in a financial stress, but my father never had any botheration. Today when I see the picture, families are in well financial condition, but they are mother is serious, father is serious, child is serious. And in every talks it's about finances. No one is talking about the passion, inner call, right? And we are blindly stepping into we have one parameter, and that is dominating. It's not good for a society, right? So what was your tone of original question?
So
placements are dominated by yes, it's unfortunately so, but it's unfortunate for any society. It gives a clear indication if society has shallow thinking. Right. Look at Indian economy. Look at the Indian economy. How much pharma is contributing? How much infra is contributing? How much chemical sector is contributing? How much agriculture is contributing? Right? Manufacturing, how much is contributing? But we are behaving as if only computer is Indian economy. 90% is only computer engineering. We are not looking at these metros are being built, ports are being built, airports are coming up, express highways are being built. We think everyone comes ask for a computer engineering. We are redefining engineering as a computer engineering, right? We are redefining higher education as an engineering education. Right? These are not good for any society, particularly one which is eyeing to be a Vikasit Bharat, to be a developed nation 20 years down the line. This is not a good approach.
So one of the biggest dilemmas that the students face is whether to choose between a preferred branch or a reputed institution. How do you approach this dilemma?
branch first. If you have inner call, if you something inner is calling, or directing you to be mechanical, just don't bother. Stick it blindly and pursue it passionately. Right? Listen to your inner call. But if you don't have such inner voice, don't bother. Right? 90% of students, or why 90%? 95% of students have no such feeling. Right? So they look at what others do, right? And they follow that path. I will suggest, if you are in that 90%, don't bother much. Prefer Institute. But if you are in that 10%, if there is little inner voice, follow inner voice and step into the branch of your interests, irrespective of the institution, because you are in 21st century and half century is over. You are enabled learner, sitting at any place in the you might be on Western Line of Mumbai, or sitting in somewhere in Latur, or somewhere in Solapur, or somewhere in Akola, but still you can learn from Harvard and Oxford and Stanford, right? Through open courses, EDX, MOOCs, NPTEL. Our IIT system has floated 1200 courses. Today's students are very fortunate. As a first year student, you have an option whether to study mathematics from IIT Kharagpur or IIT Kanpur or IIT Chennai Institute of Mathematics or IIT Mandi. 1200 courses. NPTEL has become biggest virtual university where millions of students are registering, right? And this is happening at a no cost. If you want, you are sitting in Jalna and you want to learn from, and if you take a course like CS50 from Harvard, you are learning from a very high, your perspective would change. And this is first time happening in education. First time in the history of 5,000 years of education, first time education has reached the learner's door. Always learner had to tap the guru's door, but gurus are now available from all sides to the learner. It is now the learner's choice. Right? So I will say, you just step into the college if you have some inner voice. But if you don't have any inner likings, then follow the social trend. Prefer the institution which has more reputation, right? Because the reputation cannot last long time. Wrong reputation cannot last long time. So if society is thinking to visit it as a great institution, right? Because from long time it is a legacy. So accept that and step in there. That is my suggestion.
So computer engineering, computer science and engineering, and electronics and telecommunications are few of the most sought after branches today. How would you differentiate them based on their strengths and their career opportunities?
Actually, if you look at the history of technology, computer originated from electronics and telecommunication. So I would quote electronics and communication is the mother of computer, right? Mother of computer science from a hardware perspective. So it originated from ENTC. In computer field, computer engineering and computer science has a different focus. Computer science is supposed to be more fundamental, more theoretical and more fundamental. It should go more close to the mathematics. In Western world, this CSE is taught or offered mainly by mathematics department. ETH, Zurich, European universities, even in Georgia Tech, it's a department of mathematics and computational sciences which offers a BS in computer science. In MIT also check who offers the BS in computer science. And in the Western world, computer technology is offered mainly by electrical department because Western world does not differentiate between electrical and electronics engineering. It's only in India we differentiate electronics and electrical. But there is common global society, IEEE, electrical and electronics engineering. international, right? So at a world level, global level, electrical and electronics are the same thing. Our Bombay IIT doesn't have even today's time, IIT Bombay doesn't have an electronics engineering department. So this differentiation is local. At a global level, at a higher level, people don't differentiate these branches. So I would say you can still go to a desired track through any means. Not necessarily, I mean, what will be my career path if I choose CE and CSE? In India, no differences. Because we are confused the society. I mean, our applied branches are in computer science, and our and in computer engineering, we have more theoretical courses, right? Because go to any universities, applications, these branches like data science, AIML, security, IoT are all in computer science and engineering. Total confusion, right? And our computer engineering is has more theoretical things. Right? It should be other way around. It's science. Science has to be more foundational work, and technology is engineering. More applied should happen in engineering than anything which is science. Science, engineering, technology. Foundational is science. Engineering is mid layer, and technology is the outermost layer, which is interface layer with the real world.
So artificial intelligence is transforming every industry. How do you see AI influencing engineering education and future careers?
I see why future, even from last year, from last year, we are witnessing how AI is influencing the careers. Many companies have stopped coming to the campuses. I know few companies which have temporarily stopped going campuses. Right? The people are laying off engineers. Right? Third thing, AI will definitely take low-level jobs, which do the job profile which doesn't demand high skills, repetitive, where not much intelligence and creativity is required. It's a mechanical process, algorithmic mechanical processes. Such repetitive tasks will be taken by the AI. Right? That's why our IT industry is worried, because large of our manpower go in the service sector, and that service sector would have a serious challenge. Right? I'm told that a few companies, totally AI designed chips are being manufactured. So the areas which we feel here AI will take time to reach, semiconductor, IC design and all, AI is doing that. So definitely it has impacted, and this impact will grow. But what it will be, because there are two distinctly different views. Some are saying, like every technology, it will increase the jobs. And other viewpoint is saying, this time it is different, this animal is different. This time it will take away the jobs. Right? When electricity started, people felt now animal power or steam power replaced by electricity, workers will reduce. But that hasn't happened. Economy grew. When steam power came, word felt that job will go. By manual and animal power, man has shifted to the steam power. But history has written, history reveals us, it has helped positively. So there is a view of few people that even AI will open many jobs, many possibilities. But there is another school of thought that it may take out jobs, particularly the low skill jobs. This is about the jobs. And certainly about the education. Education will be most badly affected, because education is business between human to human. And mostly our Indian education is information centric. Look at our question paper. Look at how schools educate. Right? Rote learning is has become an essential attribute of our education. And what is the significance of any rote learning? Information has lost its relevance. Right? What is important now? Because ChatGPT can give you any information I want. It is based on LLM. It has words information with it. What you will ask? So questions like elaborate, discuss, draw, compare. If we continue to do like this, what we were doing so far, we will do injustice with today's generation, and we will damage the societies. But if we shift with the help of AI to a next level and make our students more creative, more problem solver, it will help society to grow. So I am a positive person. I am looking at it as a positive, and I feel it will give education an opportunity to wipe off its chronic problems. So far, education, our engineering and education never bothered about the diversity among the students. We always teach as a teacher, we always teach same shirt for all. There was the same question paper to all 550 students in a first year class. Knowing that some will be fast learners, some will be medium learners, and some will have challenges and difficulties. Knowing that in my students' community, some are third generation engineer and some are first generation engineer. They have wide diversity in their backgrounds. They have different living conditions. Their life struggles are different, right? But still we have same shirt. 42 numbers, irrespective of the size. So what happens ultimately? That shirt doesn't fit to many. For many it is an oversize and you are not comfortable. So such problems AI can address. S.P.I.T will concentrate on taking leverage of the AI to take education at S.P.I.T to the next level. We are working on that.
So, regardless of the technological changes and developments, what skills do you think an engineering student must develop?
See, the industry is changing fast. And I feel that besides your domain expertise, engineers should be creative, problem solver. They should have ability to think. There should be design thinking embedded in their minds, design thinking approach, and they should have excellent communication skills, and they should be good leadership and team spirit. I think these are the important features. Respect to different cultures, multi-language skills. These are the essential attribute of 21st century engineer, because world has become dynamic. To navigate from one society to the other society, I think these skills are equally important or as important as technical skills.
So what distinguishes S.P.I.T from other engineering institutions, and why should students consider it for the undergraduate journey?
The curriculum we have is very flexible and it offers ample opportunities to the bright undergraduate students to pursue different courses as per their feeling. That is one strong reason. We are sincere in college. Every lecture is conducted, every laboratory is conducted, whatever is timetable is executed in our campus. And we have a vibrant student culture. So I would say flexibility in curriculum, more choices to the students, sincerity in academics, and honest efforts in shifting the education from rote learning to the higher levels of the learning. So we are constantly appealing our faculty to go away from rote learning and gradually shift to apply, analyze, evaluate, and create levels of the Bloom's taxonomy. So I think these are sufficient reasons that we should, that S.P.I.T. should be a preferred destination, right? I would say we have, as an institute, together we have, our faculty has a good academic wisdom, which is appropriate in today's context, today's time.
So being the student of S.P.I.T, I can definitely vouch for the liberal approach we have towards education.
Yeah, we are, you see, students are dancing and earning credit, students are painting and earning the credit. There is a Bollywood dance course as well as Kathak course. There is the art of living course and working for an NGO course, right? And half an hour later, the CEO of RMP is coming. We are finalizing a course leadership for youth for all first year students. They will go to the RMP facility, stay there for 4 days, right, in a beautiful campus at Bhinder, and that will lead to they will complete a leadership for youth course and earn 1 credit, right? So we are liberal. We have minors in mathematics. You see the platter of minors S.P.I.T. offers. For a passionate science man, we have minor in physics, we have minor in mathematics, we have minor in banking technologies, finance, we have minor in management, we have minor in AI, AIML, signal processing, communication. Tell me which institute offers such a large platter of the minors, right? But we wish that, we are trying to sincerely make education model education at S.P.I.T. a cafeteria model of education. The student choose, just like we go to cafeteria, how we dine, how we take lunch. We look at the menu card and decide which meal I want, right? That is normally you must be enjoying. Just recall, when did you went to hotel and ask for a rice plate or a fixed thali? Hardly. So S.P.I.T. is trying to offer a cafeteria model of education. That's why it will be more enjoyable, more flexible.
So how does S.P.I.T's autonomous curriculum help students stay future ready?
That's what I guess I answered, because first thing, it is giving you opportunity to the student to pursue her own interests. That is one thing, right? Second thing, it is, we are gearing up to change from what and when to why and how, so that the creative thinking is getting embedded in day-to-day learning, right? We are sincerely trying to divorce from the rote learning and free our student from remembering the information which has lost its relevance, right? And I think we have as a society, we are reasonably good. We are known for our brightness, and S.P.I.T. particularly gets 1% of the society, right? So they are very bright. We have very bright students, and hence I feel what first thing education should do is reduce hurdles in the path of the students, and I think S.P.I.T. is doing it wisely, and hence the journey at S.P.I.T., the education at S.P.I.T. is becoming more and more enjoyable, right? Certainly we will give a strong foundation. Tell me a single college in India which gives you an opportunity to learn 8 mathematics in the 8 semesters of the engineering. Because we understand mathematics is a base, foundation of any engineering branch. So besides 4 compulsory courses, we have a minor in mathematics design which targets the particularly mathematics required for AIML, right? We are now talking with our sister institution to come out with minor in political science, right? Then economics.
So how is S.P.I.T. preparing students for emerging domains like AI, cybersecurity, data science, semiconductor, advanced electronics, and entrepreneurship?
I strongly believe that the purpose of undergraduate education is embedding the abilities. And I sincerely feel that at undergraduate, we should not bother about much about the emerging areas. Why people spend, or why campuses spend more time on the things which do not change with the time? Very interesting. They say that undergraduates spend more time on the things which do not change with the time. What it means? In undergraduate education, ensure that your foundation is strong. Your engineering foundation, science foundation, fundamental of the core. So if we take a computer engineering program, then spend more time in making a strong foundation of data structure, algorithms, right? These courses, DBMS, right? System programming. These are foundational courses of computer engineering. And that S.P.I.T. curriculum, first year is a science and engineering foundation, and third, fourth, fifth, sixth semesters are the engineering foundations. And then let students learn all these emerging areas in the form of electives, right? Someone may be interested in, say, security. Okay, you learn few courses on security, right? So we have all these emerging areas, but they are in the form of electives, right? They are the deserts for me. I need to take care, S.P.I.T. need to take care about the required calorie inputs from the main meal, and which will come through foundational courses in science, mathematics, and program. And those do not change with the time, right? And hence all these courses, they are relevant courses, emerging areas, but those let students choose, because by that time the student who completes fifth semester is also enough mature.
Sir, any final parting words for students or aspiring engineers?
Yeah, so I will conclude the discussions saying that yes, I understand the natural confusion you might have because of so many options. If person has more options, naturally there will be more confusion. But institutions do not greatly differ from each other. If you broadly ask me to classify the institutions, we have a layer of first 5-6 IITs, old IITs. Then we have a layer of good NITs. All southern NITs are good out of 30 NITs. So there is a very interesting pattern of quality of NITs. Right? Maharashtra, up to Maharashtra is good. And then in this same bracket will sit remaining IITs. Will sit few triple IITs, BITs. These are all second layer. Third layer with remaining NITs, remaining triple IITs, College of Engineering Pune, VJTI and several others, Punjab Engineering Colleges and others. Right? Then in the same layer will sit S.P.I.T, DJ Sanghvi and all. Not much differentiating one another. There is no point in making very microscopic analysis. Whether Innova is greater or Kia is greater, or Honda City is better. I mean, you decide. Both vehicles give you enough pleasure and all. It's not greatly different. So look at your wallet size. My advice would be look at your convenience. If you are getting a mango in a neighborhood, why you travel 400 kilometers for search of a mango? This would be my simple question. So think logically. You are in 21st century. Education is different today. You have AI at your fingertips. You have laptops, computational power available, and you have virtual gurus from all over the world. You have best of the best teachers available from Stanford, Oxford, Georgia Tech, Carnegie Mellon, IITs. Where is the limit? Then why should you bother whether this college is better or learn from global universities? Be passionate. Don't think much, right? Focus on your studies as well as sports, right? And overall development. And look at other skills also. You should be a down-to-earth person, humble person. Your communication should be effective. Doesn't mean that you should dominate communication. How you communicate in family, how you communicate with say, if you are a boy, how you communicate with your girl classmates, right? Your colleagues of a different gender. That communicate, how you communicate with seniors, how you communicate with juniors. Communication is very important. Can you take people with you? Can you be a contributor in a team? Whatsoever is the team. Do you have a leadership? That doesn't mean you should lead 10 people or 20 people. Leadership is an attitude. Can you demonstrate leadership in every walk of your life? Look at those aspects. Enrich yourself. Stay passionate. Focus on efforts. Don't look at results. Right? Hard work never goes waste. I will conclude with this. All the best to you.